Next thing you know, we have 40 pizzas arrive. 38 of them are cheese. One is veggie and the other one's mushrooms. Ready? All right. There we go. So what happened?
This week was a week.
Okay. Tell me more.
I had a little bit of a, nightmare.
Whoa.
I had a nightmare neighbor moment,
give me
guys.
another variation. I like that. That's cool.
Let's see. Nightmare neighbor. Ooh.
Bow.
Wow. Yeah, you guys, I'm about sick of it.
Bow.
Wow. I'm so done with you. Yeah, so I had a really intense, I want to say awkward. Let's just say awkward and intense.
Awkward neighbor.
Awkward moment with our neighbor.
Did you ever watch Home Improvement?
I did.
Heidi ho, good neighbor. The guy that
yeah, that was epic. Whoever thought of that, genius.
Yeah. Yeah, because they do 400 episodes and never show his face.
Imagine that's your job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're the guy with the eyes?
That's true.
That would actually kind of suck.
Imagine he's in public, nobody notices him because it's his face.
The moment
he's at a restaurant, puts the menu up, and everyone's like,
That's actually really
Wilson?
funny. Are you the guy? He's like, seriously.
That's great. Okay, so
yeah, back to my nightmare neighbor.
Hockey neighbor.
It was awkward. So this one, it was a little awkward.
Okay. We got new
beep, 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 beep.
How did we both know we were doing that?
You're an idiot.
We've been doing this too long. That was actually
Anyways,
comedy.
We have new neighbors, guys.
That's when
Let's clap that one up.
And that's when you know you're in tune with each other, when you're both finishing each other's jingles.
Yeah. It's getting pretty tight.
We're having a good time already. My cheeks are hurting from smiling and laughing so much, and we're only 2 minutes in.
This is crazy. So yes, we have new neighbors.
Which
I was excited at first.
I have never met.
You have never met them. I was excited at first because I'm like, great, more opportunity to have normal people come into the neighborhood. They have 3 kids. Okay. So 2 of the kids come out because one of the kids is too small.
Okay.
So I see the parents sitting on the porch. I want to say they're a good.
Mind you, when we say porch, it's a slab of concrete about the size of this little studio.
Yes.
Continue.
We're going to give them their little porch. Okay. Yeah. Just like we have our little
also,
porch.
too, the way our housing development, like townhomes, everyone's kind of just sectioned off. Their backyard is kind of just like 2 walls, and then everyone can kind of just
go out into the open field.
Walk out into the fields and the prairies.
Which is kind of nice because the kids can all go back there and play. So
they live about 20 feet away.
20 feet away.
Trying to get to.
So I was like, let me be the good neighbor. Let me do something exciting. Let me be that girl and walk over and introduce myself.
How you doing?
Right. I don't typically do that. I'm more to myself. But I said, let me give it a go. Let me be that kind of neighbor.
The Midwestern girl in you was coming out.
I was coming on out, y'all.
She was coming out there.
So I decided to walk over there because at this time, our kids are playing together at this time. So I'm like, it's kind of awkward if our kids are just sitting here playing and I don't introduce myself. I don't say anything. Cut to, I walk over there. Oh, man. So awkward. Hi.
Is this you or them?
This is me.
Okay.
I put on the voice.
This is me. Okay. So you go up.
Hi. I just wanted to introduce myself. Our kids are playing together. Yeah. If you guys ever need anything.
Just a Southern Belle coming over to
I
say
thought I was doing the right thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I should have stayed with my LA because I should have never walked over there. Because they both were looking at me crazy. Like,
really?
Very.
Maybe they were from LA.
Picture sour. I know, right?
So like, what is happening? What are coming up to me?
So yeah, sour face, sour look in the face. Just very, not welcoming, rude. So I had to take that walk of shame all the way back to the house.
The 20 feet back. That's like Toy Story 2 when he's like, I can't believe I have to drive all the way to work.
Yes, that's how it felt. Shut up. Because it felt
like 3 feet.
It was one of those moments. You know how there's certain moments in your life where it feels like an eternity. Let's say you're working out. They're like, let's just go for a minute. But that minute feels like 10 minutes, whatever. This felt like forever. The longest smile. The longest shame.
That baby, you're starting to talk like the baby now.
I have baby brain, you guys. It was the longest walk of shame I've ever experienced. Not in life, but it was up there. It was so awkward. They were so rude. Kind of like looking at me, why are you coming over here? Cut to the next day. They had a birthday party for their youngest baby.
It was really nice that day. It was like 80 degrees.
Beautiful day. There was about 8 kids outside. They're all playing.
You texted me while I was at work. You were like, new neighbors. We got 40 kids outside just running about.
Running around. And I was like, this is great for the kids. Next thing I know, I'm looking out the back door and their son is doing... What would you say that is, like a football tackle, I guess?
So the way that Brian described it to me when I got home, for the men out there, you'll probably understand what this is. He said that he was like, Dad, the neighbor like hit sticked Ember.
Oh, that's the term, hit sticked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the video game Madden.
Okay.
If you want to tackle somebody, you just hit X, right? But if you really want to like punish them, try to cause a fumble, you do the hit stick. And you go all out and like really hit the person.
I know. So I'm witnessing this little boy just hit stick Ember to the point where she wasn't expecting it, and she went back on
whiplash.
The back. She went on the back of her head.
Jeez. But it was it was on the grass.
It was on the grass. Okay. But you know, the mom and me, I freaked out.
Yeah. So when that initially happened, I can only imagine. Were you inside? Were you looking out the window pane, or what was happening?
I was on our porch, just kind of sitting there, keeping an eye. Too many kids. Some of the kids are bad. You know. Oh, speaking of nightmares, our original nightmare neighbor, that little boy.
Yes. Oh,
yeah. Gotta be his mom.
There's so many different instances. Can't keep them up.
Over it. So he took a huge bottle of alcohol, like the jumbo bottles, and him and that little
bottle of Hennessy,
hoodlum that he's always with, little bottle of Hennessy. Yeah, they just smashed a big boulder over the top of it.
I'm at work. I'm stressed to the max,
as you do,
and I've got 300 things I'm learning and trying to manage at work, and I'm getting bzz, bzz. I'm looking at my phone like,
I'm sorry.
New neighbor just tackled Ember. Ember's concussed. I'm taking her to the ER. I'm just like, what is going on?
I think I sent you all these messages in the same day. They broke a glass. Now this is happening.
I was like, oh my goodness.
So they were all just on 10, but we sat into the emergency room till 11 o'clock at night, and that's our new nightmare neighbor. So I said, you guys cannot go outside anymore with these children. We will go to the park.
Well, speaking of nightmares, not to that extent, but for work, you know, there's that, and I'm sure a lot of people out there that work, and you kind of have that morning commute. Do you stop and get coffee? Do you not? Do you stop and get a snack, a breakfast bite? Well, because if you do, I'm not a morning person typically, but if I have to be somewhere, by golly, I'm going to be there. Well, for about 3 weeks, I've been debating, do I get up early and go to Dunkin? That's right next to work.
How much earlier would you need to get up to make
approximately
this happen?
18 more minutes.
18.
And to someone that's not a morning person, that's like 3 hours of extra sleep.
Honestly, for sure. 18 minutes is a solid, that's rest.
Yes. That's
adding
snoozes
to your rest meter big time.
Rest meter.
Yeah, it's coffee worth that? Not really. Because you can actually get the rest instead of forcing yourself to be up with the coffee.
So, after 3 weeks of turmoil, debating in the mornings, I finally was like, I'm not drinking coffee on the way. Actually, I did. You have a problem when you're drinking coffee on the way to get coffee.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I didn't want to.
I finally am pulling up to the Dunkin', and mind you, I've never been to this one, so I thought. As I'm kind of seeing similar things that I've noticed, landmarks and such, I'm like, oh, no, not this one. I'm not a big fan of this one. Well, to my surprise, probably not to my surprise. I just kind of chuckled when I saw it. This place was boarded up. The signs were not there. They were literally ripped off the walls.
So how quickly did your heart drop? Because you really wanted this.
A little bit. I debated back and forth. Do I just get a quick trip hot coffee right across the the street? But no, I just went to work and got the Keurig coffee. But yeah, there's graffiti. I don't know if you saw this. Graffiti all over the building. It looked like someone had ransacked it.
What would have to happen to a business for that to be their final end?
I don't know, but the one and only time I had been to that specific location, a part of me was just kind of like, something seems off here because they wouldn't let you inside. It was drive-through only. That's when you know you got a problem.
She's like, just go around.
She locked the door. The doors are locked at 1 p.m.
They said,
drive-through only.
I'm not about to stand. Have you watch me bake these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was kind of devastating. And yeah, so I have this problem with coffee. I don't even necessarily, I do like the flavor, but I think it's almost just like it's a ritual.
Did I ask you before, are you at the point where if you stop for a little bit, the headaches will come?
Yes, it has happened a time or two.
Yeah.
But I have gotten at least a little bit better. I don't like go out and buy coffee from boutiques or whatever you call it. Boutiques, restaurants, coffee shops. What do you call them?
Oh, you don't?
Coffee shops.
Why do I find that hard to believe?
Well, the reason why I've gotten better is since when does flavored water cost $8 and $9 and asking for tips?
You're right. The price is pretty crazy.
So lately what I've been doing is, see if I got it. I don't know where it's at. Over here. You just get one of these. It's not as good, but you get one of these. They're like $4.99. It'll give you about 8 drinks for the price of one.
But it doesn't give you the experience.
It really doesn't. And
for those of you that are just listening,
yes.
He has the pre-made coffee.
Oh.
What would you call that? Yeah, just the pre-made coffee.
Pre-made iced coffee in a bottle.
It's just not as fun. It doesn't give you the experience, you know.
But you pointed something out at church.
Are we going there?
In preparation, I will let you finish the story. But it's something that I'm doing at church, and I didn't even realize it.
Was that the first time?
Yes.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, can I talk about even the drive over? Or
yeah. I told you, it's a ritual. So it's just a little fun, make my little concoction of coffee, and then we hit the road. Well, when we get to church.
We all know that church starts early in the morning.
Yep.
So my wonderful, amazing, handsome, smart,
stunning.
Okay. Husband, you will have a coffee in the morning at the house.
On the way.
On the way to church.
Yep.
So that's the same cup. Let me not make you seem like you already had 2.
Yep.
When we get to church, you're in the coffee line. You say, oh, hey, everybody, really quick. But you're, boom, you beeline to that line.
Yep.
Right? Then you tell your pregnant wife. You have me up there looking crazy.
Don't act like I'm asking you.
Well, they look at me crazy like,
jacks.
you do know you have a baby in your belly because you're not supposed to drink coffee like that when you're pregnant. The things I do for you.
I just say, hey.
You're like, get a coffee.
But hey, beep, 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 back up the truck. There has been a plethora of times that we will be at church, and when they give out fruit snacks, you'll be like, hey, Ember.
Okay.
Ember, go get me one of those.
You never give me an extra donut.
We are going down an avenue.
Now are we fighting? Are we going
that
there?
I have no way out. So I'm not gonna beep beep. I'm gonna vroom out of this conversation.
Basically, I stand there and I get a coffee for you. So that's 1, 2, 3 coffees, and they're all gone before they.
I'm having a speech impediment. Blah, 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 blah. And then, since we're going to second service, I can then sneak one on the way out.
Oh, is that what that's what you do too, honey? And we already added that little grapey juice in the middle, giving it to Jesus.
The communion.
Yes.
Those you're asking me for.
Those are so delicious. Now, if I go buy the same juice, it's not the same. That's how you know Jesus is in the juice.
Serve it in the little cuppies.
Delicious.
It is good. But no, to back it up, we do not believe Jesus is actually in the juice.
I don't believe Jesus is in the juice, you guys. We're being silly.
Not that theology type. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
we go to church, everybody's looking at us crazy. Like,
my goodness.
We're joking.
So another, I guess we'd just call it addiction that we talked about previously on episode, I want to say 3, 4. Go back and check.
Oh.
My addiction to Clancy's pretzels, I've got it over here. It has reached, in some people's opinion, all-time low. But in my opinion, it's an all-time high. I think we're at a low
for sure.
So we have discussed the Clancy pretzels. They're magical. They're mystical. They come in a little tin. You know, you can make some music out of them while you're eating them. You got to keep the lid on those. One thing I've noticed, a little pet peeve, they go stale quick. But my addiction has gotten so bad to salt that I no longer consume the pretzel rods. They're called rods. I just eat the pretzel off of them like an animal, scavenging for
the salt. You eat the salt.
Yes, the meat, or I'm like an animal eating the meat off a bone, almost like it's corn on the cob. And I'm just, this is like a confession.
Go ahead.
We're
all here for you, honey.
I'm just eating them and sitting them down on the ground next to the bed as if it's pickup sticks, a childhood game. And it's just getting bad.
You eat them like Fun Dip.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Yeah, there's all different variations and fun ways to eat the salt, but
they're good.
I found every way. So, whew. Anyways,
do you feel lighter? You got that off your chest? Yes. Are you feeling great?
I do. I probably have kidney stones from eating all this salt.
Well, you know what? We're all happy for you. We're here for you.
Yep. So, Dunkin was closed. I don't know if you've seen. There's quite a few different other establishments, brick and mortars, that are closing.
I know.
My mom mentioned Joann's. I don't know if every location, but a good majority.
Probably all of them, because even the one in LA.
Joann's reminds me of Joan from Golden Bachelor. Joan. Hey, Joan.
Oof, she's like, I gotta get out of here.
Are there any, if you could bring back one establishment, whether it's food or a store, is there one that you would bring back? I know mine, without a doubt.
I know yours too. While
you're thinking, I'll go with mine. Mine would definitely be Family Video. It's kind of the cousin or the fun uncle of Blockbuster.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Blockbuster.
So the thing with Blockbuster is I was so young. I feel like I never got to like venture off and go there a ton on my own type of thing. So Family Video, have you ever seen or been to one?
Mm-mm.
Just like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But it was like a Midwest staple. And boy, I loved it. The one thing that I really appreciated and loved about that place was if you waited long enough, I almost never rented a movie from there. But if you waited about 2 weeks, they would put their Blu-rays. Let me just grab one here. Ember would love this. The SpongeBob movie. They would just put this on the shelf for sale for like $4. So you could just buy it for $4. Yeah, all you had to do was just wait a couple weeks. But they were going out of business, and I walked out with probably 80 different movies.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a magical time.
I think Forever 21. They're not completely closed yet, but they are closing. And once they're gone, it's going to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go try on my clothes. Everything's starting to turn into online, which for women, that's kind of difficult because, your body's not all the way tight.
Yeah.
You need to try things
even
on.
For me, I've got long dangly arms. It some reason just doesn't fit. And you
want to try things on, right?
I've got kind of like big chest, small torso, and it's like just a pain.
Yeah.
And to ship stuff back, it's like, it just seems archaic.
It's just annoying. And they know that. They're going to be like, you're too lazy to send it back. Frosty Freeze is another one. They're soft serve ice cream.
Frosty Freezy. What was it, just ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming that's like a California.
It's almost like a kind of a Dairy Queen-ish, but they don't have all the other stuff. It's just the ice cream, and they can dip it in the chocolate.
Soft served.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's very hard to find soft serve ice cream in LA.
But yeah, I was looking at the list and I don't know where it went. But we got dollar store, Big Lots. My dad is probably going to be devastated about
Big
that.
Lots
Really?
is a hard one. I love Big
yeah,
Lots.
it's kind of a fun little place. You can it's like going to
That's
an
where
estate
I got
sale.
the patio furniture.
Really? Oh, okay. With the cubes and stuff?
Yeah.
That's cool. So there's just going to be a bunch of Big Lots open.
Wow.
For business.
Okay. For those of you moms that have multiple children, pray for me. My kids' birthdays are 2 weeks apart. So financially that gets a little stressful sometimes. So we were just talking about Ember's birthday and now Brian's birthday is in 4 days?
T-minus, yeah. Whatever day it is from now to Saturday.
Her decorations are still up.
We had this long debate, and by long I mean probably about 10 seconds, how long she was going to keep up the banners, the balloons, the, what are we calling it?
A fringe, door fringe.
I keep finding one fringe on the floor.
Every day there's a new one.
One a day.
It's, it's falling apart.
I do believe she will keep it up until
the last fringe.
8. She's 8. And she might just keep it up.
Is the happy birthday still up there?
Yes, everything is still alive and well in her room. I might even show a picture of it just to give you guys a little look into it. So, Brian's birthday is coming up. And I think, and by think, I mean I know. I'm taking him to a Kansas City Royals game. I asked him kind of
first baseball game.
Yeah, he's never been to any professional event besides basketball. So he's pretty pumped about that. We're gonna have a couple other people. I bought an extra ticket, assuming there was a few different people I was gonna try to maneuver to come. I don't think it's happening, so it might be Ember coming.
Yeah.
So she gets
Mama gets a day off.
She gets a little extension.
Why did the second
of her
person
birthday
say no?
I think out of town. Yeah.
Or the first.
Yeah, Brad's out of town and all that. But so it'll be me, Marcus. That's gonna be fun. It was going to be a little bit reminiscent to the concert crowd, but now it's just me, Marcus, and the kids.
Yeah.
So
well,
give Mama a little break.
I get to have a break to cook dinner for them when they come back. So what a great little
quiet
time off.
Yeah. So give you time to watch your little murder mysteries without headphones.
I love true crime. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite things to do.
I think one time we will let you live out your dream.
Would you guys?
And you will give us.
Please write in the comments if you would love to hear me tell you about a true crime story. Or if it's too grim and too crazy, I won't. But for me, I like the part of just figuring it out before, I know the end. It's not that I just want to hear a bunch of people die. Yeah. But,
One of the funniest videos I've seen on social media is like, it's like a girl with headphones on and it's like what you think she's listening to and it's like a pop song and then it shows what she's really listening to and it's like her arms were cut off, her legs were cut off. It's like that is
and I can't stand to see those things online where they're saying if you relax to watching true crime, you need therapy.
Yeah. There has been so many times, whether it's in the morning, getting ready or whatever, we're like going to church and I just hear like and the man sawed off her legs.
It is not that gruesome.
Just stuff of that nature.
It's
and I'm
just,
like,
it's typically always the husband. Goodness.
Oh, is it?
And, it's just different little stories about people getting, offed.
Yeah.
But some of them are really bizarre and crazy, like how people decide to do it. Sometimes is really bizarre. Really bizarre.
I can say it is kind of interesting to, you see the guy that's, how are we allowed to say it on YouTube? Offed?
Yes.
Like
unalived.
20 people.
They unalived.
Like 20 people and it's just like, what happened?
And how did you go that long? Or how did you not get caught?
How did you not get caught? How did you get away with it? Those are the crazier ones.
Right.
But yeah, so that'll be fun. It will be a lot of fun. It's a day game. Those are a little bit unique. So we'll go to church.
Are you just like baking in the sun?
I did check the what do we call it? Weather. Check the weather forecast. And it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, actually, like 60-ish, 70-ish.
70.
So, yeah, we'll go to church with Marcus, and then he's going to come with us to the game. That'll be a good time.
Nice.
So, the little birdies told me that there was a game.
I have a game. You always come with some surprise or some game, so it's my time.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Is it prepped? Is it ready? Do we need...
I'm going to explain it to you first, and then... Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple.
Explain the game.
Explain away. So a couple episodes back, I remember we were talking about how you struggle with.
Oh no! I already know where this is going.
With family tree, like finding out what's in the
lineage.
family. Yes.
Yeah. How is someone related to somebody? Oh no, this is bad.
Now, mind you, all of these are going to be towards you, so it won't be anything. They're hard, but just think of yourself.
This is cool. You made this up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
So I was deciding, do I give you 10 seconds, 20 seconds? But you're so bad at it. We're going to give you 20 seconds. I'm trying to figure out how to play the sound because I need to read them off as well.
Ooh, that's going to be tricky.
Hold on. I think my phone allows me to do it.
You could text me your list. Text me your list, baby.
Well, then you're going to read it.
No. You can hold it. Text me it right now.
Oh.
Just do a little copy paste.
Oh, I love that.
While she's doing that, just to reiterate for the few that haven't heard, I'm basically just somehow, and no joking, like I'm not trying to like have a little, what is it called, like a shtick. I'm just like dyslexic of how families related, and sometimes it's just like so baffling and confusing.
It really is difficult. So even me writing these, I was like, oh. Even for my own self. So let's see if you guys can actually guess them before he does. Okay.
All right.
I think this is like 15 seconds is what I'll give you. Okay. Let me turn the volume.
But what am I doing?
You just tell me who this person is to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll read it off and you say who it is to you.
Okay.
All right. We're going to start easy. Okay.
Okay.
Who is your mom's brother to you?
My uncle.
Oh my goodness. That was the easy one.
No.
What is wrong with you?
I'm not even actually kidding.
For you. This is going to get worse.
I was going through my
Your mom's
I was going through my head like
your mom's brother?
Brother. Okay.
It's just going to get worse.
She has a brother? Yes. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I am having the most
really bad at these.
speech
I love
impediments ever on this episode.
Okay. The next one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who is my mom's husband to you?
My father-in-law.
Hey. Okay.
My heart is like, actually, let me put the mic up to it.
It's like,
that was good. Okay. We're
going to step it up. Now
Next one.
This is level 2. Okay. That was a little easy.
Level 2.
Okay. Who is your brother's son's mother to you?
Whoa. That was a lot of jumping around. My sister-in-law.
There you go.
That was like a math problem. What is 2 + 2 + 2 - 2?
You ready?
Okay.
Well, she doesn't have one of these, but you're just going to have to just think. Okay.
What? Okay.
Ready? Your mom's sister's uncle's daughter to you.
Whoa! Mom's sister would be my aunt's daughter's. Wait, say it all over again. That
your
was so
mom's
much.
sister. Your mom's sister's uncle, his daughter. Who would that be to
you? First off, my mom does not have a sister.
I know. That's why I started by saying it. I'm just saying.
That already stopped me in my tracks.
Dang, I'm sorry. I messed up on that one.
What is your mom's sister's dog's cousin? Uncle. Even though they don't have a dog.
So you didn't get that one. Okay.
So what was it?
It's going to be your cousin.
Say it again.
Like your second cousin.
Say it like slower.
So your mom.
My mom.
She has a sister that's your aunt.
Okay. I got to that point.
Okay. their uncle. Their uncle's daughter.
Oh, okay.
That's like a second cousin, right?
I got a little confused when you said, I thought I was going my mom's sister's uncle.
Mm-hmm. Yes. His daughter.
Whoa,
That's
wait.
your second cousin, right?
What?
Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Okay.
Right? Or no?
Okay. Let's keep it moving.
Okay. I only have two more.
The fictitious sister threw me off.
Okay. Okay. Who is your grandmother's mom to you?
Where's my timer?
Sorry. I didn't
My
realize
grandma's mom?
Mm-hmm.
My great grandma.
There you go. You did it. This one's going to be really tricky. It's the last one, okay?
I thought you said that was the last one.
No.
Okay.
This last one's the last one. This one, okay. I'd be shocked if you got it.
What is my neighbor's son? Nightmare neighbor.
All right. Who is your sister-in-law's brother's daughter's male cousin to you?
Whoa. My sister-in-law's brother, daughter?
Yeah. The male cousin.
It's nothing.
No, it is.
What?
Really think about it.
Madeline's
brother's daughters, male cousins to you. Shout out to you, Madeline. Love you, girl.
What?
Madeline's brother has a daughter.
I heard it, but what does that mean?
She has two male cousins. What are they to you?
I don't know. My step daughters?
Your nephews.
Wait, what?
Madeline's brother.
I'm going to start drawing this out.
Has a daughter. She has two little boy male cousins. Who are they to you?
Who are they to you?
Who are they to you?
How art thou?
Wherefore art thou?
To you. Say,
to you.
That was the high. You just hit an F sharp. Say that again. Madeline's
brother has a daughter.
His daughter. Yeah.
She has two little male cousins. Okay.
Okay.
Who are they to you?
The daughter has a cousin?
Yeah. Madeline's brother.
Okay. Yes.
My love.
Yes.
What's up?
I got it. Madeline's brother is Isaac.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Isaac. What? I was like, that's her husband. Okay.
Is that crazy? So
that's so crazy.
I thought I told you that.
I do remember now. Yeah.
My brother's name is Isaac. Now I can't even talk about.
Who are you at this point?
My brother's name is. My brother's name is Isaac. He's married to Madeline, who has a brother whose name is Isaac. And at the time, they dated, not siblings, dated Isaac, my brother. They had a cat. His name was Jasper. And at the time,
you had a
my dog's name was
named
Jasper.
That's actually creepy.
Spooky skeleton.
All right, come on, baby. Let's bring it on home.
So you're saying Madeline's brother's daughter
has two male cousins.
The daughter has two cousins?
Yes.
Well, what is that to me?
They're Grant and Reed.
Oh, that was trippy.
I knew you were going to get that one.
That is...
I would have gotten that. I'd have been like, oh.
I was... Your tracks were covered on that one. That was tricky. And
Does it make sense now, though?
Oh, yeah, it totally does.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I just call them Grant and Reed. I don't call them Madeline's brothers.
But I was saying if you follow the trail, two male cousins, it's those two.
Yeah.
And who are they to me? Not like two random cousins.
Yeah.
But like, who are those two cousins to me?
I think that's what threw me off is I was like,
you're like,
we're random cousins. I have no idea what they are. That was good. That was fun. That was genuinely really fun.
I was going to do more, but I was like, he's probably going to be at this point ready to explode.
My palms are sweaty. Wow.
But yeah, speaking of Madeline, shout out to you. I love you.
She's been watching. She's been liking, I'm assuming. Maybe.
She's the best. What would I do without you, Madeline?
That was fun. Well, next, we're going to...
Did you calm down yet?
My heart is beating very fast still. But to that, we're going to kind of peel back the layers of our life. We're going to contact one of my friends, a long time friend of mine, probably one of the longest friends I've had. Mm-hmm. His name is Dan. Dan is one of my best friends. He is 50-ish and love him to death. My family, met him at our church's Bible study, Sunday school, as we used to call it. And he was there with his parents. They're kind of older and some of the most amazing people I've ever met. And that the thing that was really cool, to kind of backtrack, beep, 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 is you met his parents. Mm-hmm. And it was actually like, to me...
just dating at that point, right?
Yes. To me, it was actually like a really cool moment where we went over to their house. I introduced you and my parents were there. And we were like getting to know how they met, his parents. Now we're doing the family tree. Dan's parents met. And I was learning things that I never knew, and I've known them for 15, 20 years almost.
Yeah, I felt like their story was pretty close to our story.
Yes.
And it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is doable.
And that you ask me all the time, when did I know? Mm-hmm. And I always tell you there was little confirmations along the way. And I feel like that was one of them that I was like, like maybe almost like a confirmation of like,
it's doable.
A little nod of God's hat. I don't know.
Did he tip of the
tip
hat
of God's hat to me? Oh man. But they were just talking about how Dan's mom, that game is throwing me off right now. Dan's mom had 2 kids.
No, she had 3.
3.
Oh yeah.
Wow, his dad was wild.
I was sitting there like, mind you, I'm the one with the kids at the time. Yeah. And I was sitting there like, I have so many questions. Like, what made you take that on?
Yeah. And so it was just cool.
But his love for her was so tunnel vision. Nobody could say anything to ruin that. Yep. And look how long they lasted.
Yeah. So Dan's parents is Dan and Lupe. Guadalupe is her name.
Hey.
And so his dad, John, his mom had 3 kids. And when they met, his dad was just, I don't know, what did you call it? A bachelor or just a single guy. Met him, fell in love with the whole fam, and he was talking about how he kind of had like a nice car, and he just like sold it and bought like a family vehicle.
Yeah,
went and took him home.
I think I loved that. It was such an encouraging story because I feel like a lot of people, whether they say it to our face or not, I'm sure they have like a little, you're crazy, or how is this working?
How is it working?
Or, yeah. So
well, it's only working because we have a podcast and we can hide in our basement.
Right.
And vent to the world, the unwashed masses.
So yeah, it was such a great, encouraging story, and they were so sweet, and they still just had that great love for Jesus. And I thought, wow,
yeah,
if I could just get him to,
say, I do. So Dan, I love him to death. The first time we ever met him and saw him, he was always wearing this huge, those throwback vintage St. Louis Cardinals jackets, like the bomber jacket.
Rain or shine? This is what he had on?
Every time he was at church.
Oh, okay.
He was like 40-ish at the time, and maybe he was in his 30s. Wow, time has flown. And me and my dad were just kind of like, let's get to know this guy. He seems like a cool dude. So we started inviting him over to games. Next thing you know, he's coming to like every major sporting event, and he is a diehard St. Louis Cardinal, Iowa State, any type of Iowa State, football, basketball, volleyball. He's texting us volleyball stats. And he's very anti-Iowa. Anything Iowa Hawkeyes, he despises. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I think that's how I know him best. If you mention her name or...
an actual hatred towards this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's funny is you got to kind of understand the dynamic of their family. But the funny thing is his mom is very Iowa Hawkeye.
Really?
Yeah. And so the story is apparently there's a picture somewhere when he was a child wearing Iowa Hawkeye gear, and we kind of let him know, like, well, at one point you were a
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
I mean, you liked it. Oh.
So I enjoy calling him every once in a while and giving his input. He's very all in on his topics. But to that effect, I thought it'd be a little fun if we had, we're going to call this a bit.
Is it Dan the Man?
It's not Dan the Man. It is. Let me get it queued up here. It is Dan's Den. So we're going to call Dan. We're going to call this Dan's Den. And let me call him maybe the Lion's Den. Dan's Lion's Den. Let me call him
Was
up
that
here.
a lion? I don't think that was a lion.
I think it was
baby.
technically a mountain lion, mountain cougar, some type of cougar.
Thundercat?
We're going to call him up, see what's going on. He works at the YMCA. He's worked there like 30 years. It's incredible. We're going to see what's going on at work, what's going on with life, see how he is surviving, ask him a little sports talk, work talk, see what's happening in his life.
Dan the Man.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm finally done.
What were you eating?
I was trying to eat my cornbread.
Oh, yeah?
We
So,
had cornbread and potato corn chowder.
okay. That sounds pretty good. Did you help cook it?
No.
Oh. So we got you on the podcast here. We're gonna call this Dan's Den. We're gonna call it Dan's Den.
Brother.
How was
Oh, jeez.
So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Iowa State in the March Madness?
We'd all like to know that.
I think it was a flop.
It was not good. I don't understand what happened. We couldn't shoot. We were shooting, like Greg was telling me, we could playing in the same arena.
Yep.
And we were shooting on the same rims, and we couldn't do it the next day for some dumb reason.
Because they won the first round. Who'd they play the first round?
Lipscomb.
Oh, okay, but they lost to Ole Miss, right?
Yes.
Jeez.
No, that was the guys.
But I did see the Hawkeyes, the girls they lost to.
Yes, they gave up 80 rebounds to Oklahoma.
80? I don't think that's possible.
They gave up more rebounds than they had points.
Wow. I'm going to have to fact check you on that.
Who does he think's going to win?
I'm going to have to fact check you on that.
Who does he think's going to take the whole thing?
They out-rebounded them 80 to 38.
It sounds like a lot of misses.
Yeah, that's what everybody kept saying. They were missing more baskets than points and giving away more rebounds. They had 22 turnovers.
So Iowa State men, they're out. Women are out. So what sport?
Yeah.
What are you watching then?
Nothing.
Did you just get home from work and just sit there, or what?
Almost. I did watch baseball on Sunday. I was following last night.
Is there any like big trades going on?
Not in baseball. Well, a Red Sox pitcher got 170 yesterday.
170 what? Dollars?
Million.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, might as well be $170. He got 170 million for 6 years.
Dan, what would you do with $170 million paycheck?
There's a lot I could do with it.
Probably finally get that hot tub you've been talking about.
It wouldn't cost that much, but I'd use it. I'd use the money for it.
Jeez. Hey, speaking of hot tubs, we have to go to the state fair again and look at all of them.
I know.
Hopefully it's not raining on us like last year.
And 30 degrees.
I think everywhere Lauren goes, it's just cold.
Yeah, or raining.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back to it
We might have to boil water at the state fair.
to stay warm.
No, we might have to boil water if we go to the state. You know, there might be some speedy delivery. You never know. We might have to put a huge pot of water on the fire while they're cooking all the
If I give birth,
barbecue over there.
How funny is that?
And then we gotta, then you gotta shred the sheets. You gotta shred those and make bandages out of them.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I don't know why they always did that, but that's what you had to do. You always had to boil water. Then you had to tear the sheets and make bandages out of them. That was on the one episode of Andy.
Well, yeah. If we're at the state fair and it's raining and it's cold and
is it in August?
Lauren's going into labor in August. We'll have you help her out. We'll have you boiling the water.
We might even have to have the fire truck coming down the street with his sirens blaring.
Oh man! All right, Dan. We'll let you get going, but we just wanted to have a little time of Dan's Den. But all right, we'll catch you next time on Dan's Den.
Oh gosh!
All right, see ya.
All right.
Bye. Oh, Dan.
I was like, what is he talking about? Boiling water? He is right, though. Every movie that I've seen back in the day, she's going into labor. Go get me hot water, a towel, and this. And you will see when we have our baby, none of that is used.
Those scenes must have made a big impression on him. He was quick with that. That's funny. I thought he was talking about just like, oh yeah, we'll boil some water to keep warm.
I didn't realize that fair was in August.
Yep, I think second and third week of August.
Yeah, we won't make it this year.
That's
crazy.
Wow,
isn't that crazy?
Have a new member to the family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So that was Dan. A little.
I'm actually, if we're not close to the due date, like it's not that bad of a drive to go to it, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
But what if I'm in labor and we got a 3-hour drive?
Yeah, well, I would never hear the end of that.
Honestly, I don't think I can go because walking around at 9 months pregnant.
Probably force it, right?
Yeah. And I would be so heavy and big at that time.
You'd be like that
the girl at church. She was
like,
she was having contractions.
You need to go to the hospital right now.
I was looking at her like, but you're here? So
crazy.
Yeah, speaking of other people having babies, I was in line at Ross getting some nursing bras, and there was a girl there that was pregnant. The guy behind me, his baby's due in August. I was sitting there pregnant. She had twins though, and it's her first go. It's her first go. Wow. Twins.
First
2 boys.
And twins? Hey, I guess if you're going to have twins, just...
I said you're not going to know what the difference. You're not going to know that's like 10 times harder than one.
Yeah, that's true.
2 newborns?
Don't they say like twins, it's got to kind of run in the family?
Her dad was a twin.
Wow.
It's usually, what she said was the dad's side drops it to the daughters.
This episode, we have done family trees so many times.
You scared me with that.
And it's exhausting me.
You were like...
Well, hey, we'll probably wrap it up right there. That's been kind of a fun little dynamic episode. Calling Dan, little games here
Dan
and
the
there.
man.
But yeah, we appreciate it. If you guys are listening on YouTube, or watching rather, hit the subscribe button for the full length episodes, get the notifications and all that. Like it, subscribe to it, and comment on Apple Podcast. Comment and 5-star us on Spotify. We really appreciate it. Babe, you got anything else?
Comment, like, subscribe.
All right, we're out of here.
We're going to take that.
Goodbye.
Bye.